Good evening. Welcome back to Ashwood Urban Homestead. If you're anything like me and you're raising ducks, but especially Welsh Harlequins, and you have extra drakes to dispense of, you probably want to know exactly how much meat you're going to get. And while I don't have a weight ratio for you, what I have, in my opinion, works better for me, and that's a visual. So right here is a 6-month-old Welsh Harlequin Drake, and you can see there's just not a ton of meat on it. The breasts are fairly small, but it does have pretty good sized legs. Now, honestly, I would say it's about the same ratio as a jumbo Cornish quail is. So if you eat quail, then it's going to be worth it to butcher these. Now, as far as fat ratio goes, this Welsh Harlequin had a huge amount of fat compared to our 12-week-old Cornish, but the downside is that it also had a lot of feathers, especially pin feathers. Now, I don't have a plucker, and I did not pluck this chicken, which are much easier to pluck than ducks because I don't have pin feathers. But I definitely don't think that I ever really want to pluck ducks after just skinning this one, because just the amount of feathers that came off was ridiculous. And you can see we actually cut all the extra fat off because there's a lot of skin attached and feathers still, but there's still quite a bit of fat on this one. Now this is a 12-week Cornish Rock rooster, and you can see just the breasts are massive. They're bigger than my hands. Overall, it had a really nice amount of meat. The legs are huge on it. There's just nothing on this bird that's not massive and meaty. It fills up an entire gallon bag, and it only takes 12 weeks to grow these out versus spending a minimum of 6 months in, and you can see the breastbone prominently. Now, I'm really impressed with the amount of fat on this. Cornish Rocks have a good amount of fat, and this still had even more. So I will definitely recommend that, if you're growing Welsh Harlequins out because you love the breed and you love the amount of eggs that the hens produce, because they produce an incredible amount of eggs. They come from Khaki Campbell hens, so they are high production egg layers. And you want to continue to do that, but you also want to dispense of your and rid of your extra drakes. This is the way to go. I would say for me it's worth it. For other people it may not be worth it. But if you're growing them strictly for meat, I'm gonna say it's not worth it. I would recommend getting a pekin, also called a pekin. Get one of those ducks. But if you're gonna grow ducks strictly for meat, I recommend you get it something that has a better conversion ratio for meat to feed. The Welsh Harlequin, in my opinion, is definitely not in it, but I will say it definitely makes a good roasting duck. For me, I like the breed. I like the amount of eggs they lay, and I love just how beautiful they are. And bonus is that they're auto-succible. So here's again them side by side. If you're familiar with the Cornish Rock Hybrid, then how fast they grow out. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference. So I hope that helps you guys out. That's been one of my big questions when it comes to butchering is, are these guys worth it? If you have a bunch of drakes around and you like the flavor, absolutely they're worth it. If you don't have a bunch of drakes around and you're just growing for meat, it is absolutely not worth it. So I hope that helps you guys out.